guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner related videos, DIY tutorials, budget videos, and the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I do load a new video. And if you could also comment on this video, share, and give it a big thumbs up, that does help my channel grow and would be truly appreciated. So this is number 4 in the collab that I'm doing with Shary of Plan with Black Dog Designs, and this is Fresh Start, New Planner. The whole concept behind this is perhaps you are new to the Happy Planner world and are interested in some of the different layouts and the functionality, the pros and cons, or maybe you've been in the Happy Planner world for a minute and you've been in one layout style, whether it's the vertical, the horizontal, or whatnot, but you are interested in another layout style and you're not sure whether or not it would work for your needs. Now on Shary's channel, she does work out of traditional planners where the layout is already set up, and on my channel I have been doing and will continue to do DIY versions of different planner layouts. Now today we're actually going to do a twofer, so it's going to be a bit long, I'm thinking. So in the description box I'll actually timestamp when the 2 different layout tutorials start. And so the first one we're going to be doing is the monthly to-do layout, and then the second one we're going to be doing is the academic layout. And again, some of my thoughts and tips and tricks on that. Now, we are going to work in my classic happy notes like we have been doing, but someone in the comments section, I believe in the last video, asked if I had the templates in the big size, and so I've worked up mock-ups of it, and I just need to get this into the computer and then get this onto my blog. So I have it, so I've figured out the numbers, but I just need to get that up. So I want to let you know, I don't know that it's going to be up by when this video goes up, but it is one of the priorities that I want to get up on my blog this week. And when that does happen, I'll go ahead and definitely announce it next week in the final part of this series, but I also will probably put something on my Instagram page as sort of an announcement, so you'll definitely want to follow me there just so that you'll know when it's available. All right, so let's put this aside. All right, so what we're going to be doing is going into the monthly to-do layout, like I said. Now, if you're looking at this right here, what this is Happy Planner's new skinny planner, which is done in the half sheet. And so this is what the monthly overview looks like, or my version of it. And then this is what the weekly overview looks like. If you are interested, I will link that video below if you wanted to make your own. And as we've been doing, this is the Fresh Start New Planner. That very first video, I showed you how to do the monthly overview as well as the dashboard layout. Second week, I showed you how to DIY your own vertical layout. And last week, I showed you how to DIY your own horizontal week. Again, there's a 2 for this week. So I'm going to be showing you not only how to do the monthly to-do, but also the academic layout. And then next week, we'll actually be doing a happy bullet journal style. So let me take these pages out. And as I've mentioned in all those previous, I had already made templates for myself so that I could just have everything ready to go. But I also have these available on my website, and it is just templates that you can use in the same way that I use my templates in order to be able to position it on your happy note paper. Now, what I did was, it is on a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, but if you just cut a little bit off the top, the side, and the bottom, it fits perfectly into a happy note or even just a classic size happy planner. Although if you left it without cutting it, then instead of punching it, if you didn't have that available, you could just put it into a binder system. I mean, again, that's up to you. So I will take out my templates. Yeah, I'm going to need both of these, and we'll get started. Now you are probably going to be quite amazed on how easy it is to make these two different layouts, because as I've mentioned in a few of my videos now in regards to this series, Happy Planner is quite ingenious in their layout systems, because I believe from the 2 or 3 different templates they can actually get, what, 5 layouts? Let me show you what I mean. So if you are having the monthly to-do layout, now I don't have any of the regular planners, so the only one that I know that was a monthly to-do was the No Drama Llama. That was my introduction to it. And basically you have your monthly overview, so your month at a glance section, and then there were like a couple of pages of a currently style section, and then instead of a weekly planner, every week what you had was just boxes of like an ongoing to-do list. And quite a few people really respond to that, because you might not necessarily need to plan on a daily basis. You are just really running to-do lists, or maybe you use it for grocery shopping. I mean, again, however you use it, that's up to you, but setting it up is actually a lot easier than you think. So this is the dashboard layout, and that is basically what the monthly to-do list layout is comprised of. And so I will put it on both sheets, and once I've done that, I will bring you guys back. Alright guys, so I've got it all mapped out, and in the monthly to-do, what it is, I believe it says like monthly to-do or something at the top. Again, I don't have anything I can actually reference because I don't have it, but it does say something at the top. And then I'm going to use this Pen and Gear sticker book, and I'm going to replicate it. And it would obviously be better if it said to do, but I don't think this one has any long boxes. So what we'll do is we'll just use this and we'll alternate. So just lining it up on each one. And because if you're following along and you plan on making your own, then you can make these little boxes say whatever you want to. But I kind of like that you can set it up however you want to, and because sometimes what I've seen people who use that layout, they actually cover the to-dos and then they just turn it into a weekly planner. Because again, if you're doing the dashboard, this could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday notes. That's how I know, at least in my mind, that this is a version of the dashboard, because if you just take away all of the boxes, you still have the same sections. Now, when I had it in my mini, I thought it was interesting, but I actually converted it to a dashboard system because even though I like making lists, I didn't like working in that system as a weekly planner. Now I did eventually take some of those out and then just use them as list pages, but for the way that I like to plan, the way that my mind thinks, I just thought it would be easier to just make it as a running list and not so much tied to a specific week or a specific function. And the way that the weekly to-do list or the monthly to-do list works is, like I said, you have that monthly overview, and then you have currently pages or the versions of it where it can track your habits, and you have some goals and the whatnots, and then you have like 3 or 4 pages of this, and then it starts all over again. And so if you wanted to do something that didn't say monthly to do, it just basically was chunks of boxes, this could be good for journaling. This could be good for planning. I mean, again, it's really up to you how you use this, but I did want to show you that it actually is very easy to replicate. Now, from a decorative standpoint, I would actually advise is it really just depends, and that actually could go for any of the layouts that I've shown you. It really depends on what you are using it for, because if this is truly a running to-do list, all of the decorations that you have may be minimal, or you may want them to be minimal so that you have the most space to actually make the lists. But if you want to zhuzh it up because this is a grocery list or a meal planning list or something, and you want to add some more decorations, I mean, you really know that you truly have from here to here to there. I mean, that's basically your little box section. You have them in all of the sections. So it does give you quite a bit of room to play with. So you might do your list here and then decorate on the outside edges, or decorate on the outside edges here and then keep your list in the bottom, depending on how symmetrical you wanted this to be. But it does give you a lot of room. Because the boxes are small, however, if you haven't used the dashboard layout, then you definitely probably want to test this out, because some people just love the dashboard layout. For me, when I used it in my social media and business planner, I liked that it wasn't a lot of space that I had to worry about, and so it was just enough for what I needed. But for some people, that's just the problem with it, where there really isn't enough space to really do anything, whether it be decorate or whether it be plan or a combination of the two. There just isn't a lot of space in it. But this essentially is the monthly to-do list. Now again, if I had a whole bunch of to-do stickers, then I would have just laid that down, and this is what it looks like. That's what the monthly to-do is. It's just headers with some room for lists. That's all it is. So very simple, very straightforward, and this might be something you want to incorporate into your own planner. And again, when you're looking at the template, if you are going to my blog and picking up the template, which is absolutely free, it's a free printable, then you're going to want to look at the one that says, I think it says it, the right dashboard or horizontal layout. I'll actually need to modify this and add in the monthly to-do, because again, it's all the same layout. Dashboard is with all the lines, horizontal is without this middle line, and the monthly to-do is without any lines whatsoever, but you can use it as a guide for where to place your to-dos. Okay, now on to the next one, which is the academic layout. This one will actually take a little bit of time to set up. So let's get our sheets of paper. And believe it or not, the academic layout is the monthly overview. And you're like, what? No, seriously, it is. And let me show you how I've devised that. So I'm not taking into account the spine here, because then I'd need to have it on this other page. What I'm doing is I'm lining up the dots on the edge so that I can get this figured out, because all I'm going to be doing is just placing some key dots in some areas so that I can get the shape of my template. Now, I ran into this when I was doing that skinny DIY layout, is because I make my own pages in that book, and so my things didn't line up. This is actually a Happy Notes that I've purchased. I think this one was from Walmart, might have been Joann's, but that actually, they cut the paper, and you can tell because it's got the border. So these dots will line up. And do I have all the dots that I need? I do. So let me do the same for this one. And I'll go ahead and do that, and then when I'm done, I will bring you back, and then we'll get started on drawing out the layout. Okay, so for this one, I'd actually recommend using a ruler. And I would recommend that for either the monthly overview or this academic overview, just because the boxes will be as symmetrical and straight as you can make it. Now, when I'm working in the horizontal or the vertical, because I do have a little bit more space to work with, I don't mind doing the freehand. But for this one, I think it actually would make a difference if you freehand it, just because it can make it look a little bit messy. And I'm sorry for stumbling over the words. I have never been really good at doing stuff and talking at the same time. So let me fast forward through this as I draw the lines. This is something I did in real time in that first video. So if you're interested in watching it real time, definitely go to that one. But I will see you once I've mapped all of this out. All right, so as you can see, I have got this all mapped out. And you're probably thinking, yeah, Johanna, you've shown this in the monthly overview. You've just said that you did, and I did, so you are right. But the academic, and again, once you see it, you'll never not see it, is this. And I mean, it wouldn't be set up like this, but I'm just showing you, where here on the side you have your Monday through Friday, because if you are either a teacher or a student, for the most part, if I understand, at least here in the US, that's how it works. You're only going to school Monday through Friday. There is no classes on the weekend. Now, if you are in college, that might be a different story. Or if you're international, you might have some Saturday labs. I'm not sure. But the way that the academic planner is set up, and that actually looks really cute, is like this. And then there are 7 boxes, which I'm assuming from the standpoint of the planner is your different classes, whether your different classes that you're teaching as an instructor or whether your different classes you are taking as a student. And so that's how the academic planner is set up. It's very functional. There's not a lot of space, but again, if you are just tracking homework or things like that, it definitely gives you enough space for that. However, if you wanted to use this, then because there are the 7 subjects, that means there is enough room for 7 days. So, because these stickers are pen and gear stickers, I'm sorry, I pulled this one out. I'll show you what it is in a minute. So it's this sticker book by Pen and Gear from Walmart. And so I will have to do a little bit of surgery so that I can make it fit. But like I said, because there are 7 boxes running down, obviously this is the monthly layout, then you have your 7 days of the week. And so that's Monday through Wednesday. And let me cut this down. Now I've seen both in Walmart, and I kick myself every time I think about it, but on Black Friday last year, I was walking out of the store and I saw that they had a box set of the Walmart version of the Happy Planner because it was a disc system. And I thought, I'll just go back tomorrow and it'll be there. And then I went back the next day and it was not there. So I really kick myself. I don't know if that was a pen and gear sticker or a pen and gear disc bound system or just a Walmart disc bound system. And the only reason I say that is because I don't know if this is made to fit that. Because clearly it doesn't fit these here. And so let me get these, cut them down. And I actually have some day covers, date covers, I still don't know what they're called, from Luxe Clever Crafts. But this is not a layout or planner that I use. I work exclusively in my Happy bullet journal, so I didn't want to waste those. I mean, I kind of sad I'm using these here, but I mean, it looks cute, so it's okay. So you're like, okay, Johanna, well, now what? How do we use this? Well, the style that I've seen actually this is used the most is for mapping out social media and business tracking. Sorry, that was bothering me. And so if you do Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, and you have a Facebook group, and you do Snapchat or Etsy or whatever, then you can assign a box for every single one of those things. So this could be, for me, it could be my blog and my Etsy shop and my YouTube channel and my Instagram and my Facebook group. And then on a daily basis, I can list what it is that I want to get done. But you can also use this for habit tracking. So you could put how much water, or you could put water here, and eating 3 to 5 servings of vegetables. Did I get some exercise? Did I take my vitamins? And did I get 6 to 8 hours worth of sleep? And then every day you could make yourself a checklist. And then you could check it off. You could do some light journaling. You could do, whatever you wanted to with it. Let's say you have you do meal planning. You could do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snack, and then dessert, right? And then every day you and or your family, depending on how or where you're displaying this, can come back to this and they can look at, okay, so this is what's for dinner, this is what's for lunch, great, awesome, fabulous. You could also track you, husband, kids, you fur babies. I mean, really, this design of this gives you just enough space every single day that you can track a variety of things. Although, this also could be an interesting way to do some journaling. So let's say you are doing faith planning. You could take different books out of the Bible or different books out of your faith system, whether it's the Quran or whatever, and then you can every day take a passage and work on it that way. Because you don't have a lot of space, you can decide, all right, I only have 3 things, and then this middle box here and this last box will be fully for decoration, or I'll use the tops and bottoms for decoration, and then I'll really just track here, or you'll do top, middle, and bottom, and then you only need 2 things tracked there. Again, because there's not a lot of space, you can be super creative if there isn't a lot of things that you are tracking. But it does give you a lot of different functionality if you wanted to do trackers on a weekly basis, no matter what it is that you're tracking, because it does give you lots of little boxes that you can track on a daily basis. And I just realized when I was mapping it out, I placed that dot in the wrong spot. So this box is bigger than the others. I don't know if you noticed it, but I did. All right, guys, now I'm not going to show you how to decorate this because this one, unlike some of the other layouts, truly depends on what you're making it for, because this layout for you might only be for tracking things and that you are going to need every single box. It could be that it's just you're tracking a couple of things, and then you can be super decorative in how you are planning it. Again, I think it's quite ingenious of Happy Planner to take the layouts that they already had and reimagining it in a new way. And so I'm hoping that now that you guys see it, you'll understand how easy it is to recreate. And especially some of these specialty layouts like the dashboard or the monthly to-do or the academic that you may not traditionally see in other planner systems. I'm hoping that if you are interested in using it in your own planner, if you have these happy notes, it is really easy enough to recreate. It already is designed to fit your classic. Again, I will have the big templates that you can use free on my blog, hopefully within the next few days, so that you can create it in there. I do want to say that Terry from Home with Feisty did her own DIY dashboard in her mini. I will link that video below. Definitely check her out. She is quite creative and ingenious, and she's one of my faves. If you guys are interested in me figuring out the rest of the templates for the mini, let me know. For the half sheet, actually, I can do that as well because I already have the basis, because as I've said, this here is not only the horizontal, but it's also the monthly to-do as well as the dashboard, this one layout. Because again, if it's the monthly to-do, then you're taking away the lines and then you're just using them to put your guides. If you're doing the dashboard, you just put a line down the center. And so all I'd really need to figure out is the vertical, academic, and the monthly overview, which is exactly all the same layouts depending on what lines you're using. All right, guys? So I'm hoping you're enjoying this series. I'm actually really enjoying doing this series because it really did make me look at the different layouts in Happy Planner, and I love that, you know, with just a few templates, I can recreate some of the layouts that I've seen in Happy Planners. Now next week, it is going to be quite different because I'm not going to be recreating anything Happy Planner. I think we've actually recreated everything that we could, and next week is going to be all about just creativity. So we're not going to have any structure, and it's the system that I prefer the most. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave them in the comment section below. Now, my question to you this week is, would you use the academic layout? Again, it's a little misleading because you may not use it for academic purposes, but would you use this layout? And if you would, how would you use it? Social media, wellness tracking, habit tracking, meal planning? I'd love to know in the comments below. All right, guys, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.